Yeah, Josh is not far off, but it might not be as rant-filled as you think. But for you guys at home, I will try to live up to what I'm sure all of you are expecting me to go off on with this. And that is Mr. Clean, Bob Idiot himself, Bob Chapek, the CEO of Disney that he's trying to run into the ground, has a new contract and will be the CEO of the Disney company for the next 3 years on. And I'm just going, the sad thing is, literally everyone outside of the board wants him gone. But the board of directors is so far with their head in the sand that they do not see the problem. They're just like, oh yeah, he's doing a great job. As literally the granddaughter of Roy Disney is mounting a rally to try and get this man fired, the board's going, that's just a blip on the radar. We have faith in him. I'm going, so you don't care about the company that you're on the board for. Got it. If this was like 2 or 3 weeks ago, my rant would be much more expletive laced and angry and just rage filled. And it's still, I feel it deep down, but I'm older now than my last Bob Chapek rant, so I'm tired, and I'm not surprised by this anymore. We had heard a few days ago that there was some meeting of the board happening, and there was whispers of him getting a contract renewal, because thank you, screw you, bye. Disney does not care what you think anymore. That's why I'm just like, as much as I want to rant on this topic, I'm tired. I don't care. This is a bad relationship all around of, if you're not going to try in this relationship, I'm not going to try either. I'm out. All right. That's how you want to do things? Like, I've been out for a while, but like...
Yeah.
But like, if Disney doesn't want us around anymore, I'm not sticking around. There's this great place down the street that's killing them. And also, you know, has a third park that they're building while Disney has yet to announce a new ride coming at all. Like, the Tron ride has been in development, I don't know, since before I got into college. Maybe it feels like it's been that long. But after that, they have no new rides announced that they're actively working on, whereas your competitor down the street has a whole freaking theme park that Josh will spend all his money on because How to Train Your Dragon will be there.
Well, yeah, obviously.
It's just like, I want to be mad at this, and I am. But just like, nothing surprises me with Bob Chapek anymore. Like, it's just all stupidity, one after the other, and the board are enablers. That's the word to describe them. They're enablers. They let him do stupid stuff. Do stupid stuff, get stupid prizes. That's what's happening here. Josh, you see Bob Idiot is getting renewed for 3 more years?
That just tells me that the board of directors only cares about money. Because from a money standpoint, he's bringing in quite a bit. But like,
he's also, the stock has plummeted under his watch.
Yeah, absolutely. So it kind of depends on where you're looking, I guess. But Mr. Bobby Chap, he's going to run the company into the ground. It is, I think, if I'm kind of like you, I'm mad, but I think I'm more disheartened because this was an opportunity. This was an opportunity for them to be like, you know what? We've seen his actions these past couple of year or so, and you know what? He's really just not what we envisioned as far as the future of Disney. So let's go ahead and move on from him and, you know, get somebody else in the chair. But with that was their opportunity. But now it's like, all right, cool. So I guess we'll wait another 3 years for them to, I don't know, disappoint us again by making the same decision and extending his contract. I hope that in 3 years, that because now the excuse of, oh, well, it was COVID is gone. So now he's got 3 years to like actually prove himself, actually do some good work. And you know what? I'm going to try to be as positive as I can with this. Maybe Chapek is going to surprise us. Maybe he turns things around and he starts being more artist focused and more. I say that and like I want to laugh at it because it's just so funny to think.
You mean the man that has yet to show up to a single movie premiere under his watch? He's not shown up to any of the Marvel ones.
Yeah.
The one Pixar movie that he's released in theaters in his tenure. Also, oh boy, this will get me fired up for those people that have been waiting for the rant. So at the oh balls, what's the most recent Marvel mediocre movie? Thor. Thor came out recently, and they had their big red carpet debut. I guess I missed that there's a Chapek as a producer on Thor. Bob Chapek's son is a producer for Marvel. I'm going,
What?
wow. Nepotism much? Like, the sad thing is, I didn't even have to see the name of the guy to know that he was a Chapek, because I could just see it in his face and go, oh, you are clearly Bob Chapek's son, because you have a punchable face. Like, I don't know how long this guy has been producer, but I'm just going, really? You're a producer at Marvel when your dad just happens to be the CEO of Disney, the company that runs Marvel? Really?
Ugh.
But like, the problem is, and has always been from day one with Bob Chapek, whether it's him as CEO, whether it's him in charge of the parks, the man does not know how to take criticism or work within a group setting. He's always been of the mindset that I am right and I'm in charge, which means you listen to what I say. And that was the exact opposite with Iger. Iger, there was times that he put his foot down of, I'm the boss, I'm in charge. And you need that. But at times he'd be like, okay, I defer this to you. You are what's best for this. You know what's the best thing to do here. You be in charge of this. Whereas Chapek is, I want it done a very specific way. And no, you cannot change my mind. But also, he's the king of cutting corners. Now, I'm not going to blame Chapek for the decline in quality for Marvel, but I'll kind of blame him in a sense of we've rapidly ramped up how much Marvel stuff we get, and the quality, I think, is suffering because we've overexerted it. And also, not from just a storytelling perspective, but much has been made recently about the quality of the visual effects of quite a few Disney projects lately, and I would not be surprised at all if he's responsible for that, of once again cutting corners. Say what you will about the Obi-Wan series, I thought the finale was okay, but there was quite a few moments in the finale that I audibly kind of winced, going, oh, that's your finished CG there? Or
Yeah.
people have pointed out a little bit in the Thor Love and Thunder trailer, or some footage that's come out of like, we filmed this using the volume from Mandalorian. I'm going, yeah, it kind of looks like you filmed this on a green screen, which is not what you want from the volume. It's just, if there's any bright light to this, it's that it's only a 3-year contract. It's not like a 10-year contract, which I'm getting the vibe that executives run on 3-year contracts, because I think it was like a year, maybe last year or earlier this year, time after 2020, time is just a weird thing. The Kathleen Kennedy's contract got extended for 3 years when everyone was calling for her head. So maybe executive contracts are a 3-year thing. I'm surprised that they didn't say, we'll extend your contract for a year. You have a year. You are on thin ice with us as is. Because I checked the Disney stock. When he took over, it was at about $1.50 a share. Now it's in double digits. It's almost plummeted. And I'm going, yeah, this guy's not good for business here. It's, I want to be mad. I'm just tired. I'm tired of this.
Yeah.
Like,
It just, yeah, like you said, just tired. It's hard because there's some stories here with that Marvel's putting out that on paper I found very, very interesting and I was very excited for. But like, No Way Home was the last good Marvel movie we've had post Infinity War and Endgame. So it's like,
so
all right, what are we doing here?
on the Marvel side, just a thought I had. We're clearly building up to Secret Wars, right? It is going to be expensive to get some of these actors back if we're going to bring back potentially Chris Evans or Robert Downey Jr., or even further back if we want to bring back a Hugh Jackman, or bring back some of the X-Men that are still alive in that universe. that could add up pretty quick. Will Bob Paycheck still want to have these big event movies? And also, like, he hasn't sold anything off yet, but given his frugality, I wouldn't be surprised if he's looking at selling off certain assets. He hasn't yet, but looking at what's happening with Lightyear's box office, clearly this man does not care about Pixar. Lightyear is flopping for a lot of reasons, and it's not the one people always flock to of just like, it's got this agenda. I don't think that has anything to do with it. It has a uber confusing marketing campaign that people, even that are diehard Toy Story fans, don't know how it connects to the Toy Story universe. And most importantly, you've conditioned us to not care about Pixar movies over the past 2 years. You have told us, not directly, but by your actions, that Pixar is quote unquote lesser because you put Pixar directly to streaming. I am worried that soon Chapek will be like, either you deliver at the box office, not just for Pixar, for any Disney project, either you deliver for us at the box office or you're going to streaming, because Chapek really likes streaming, and I'm worried that their theatrical output will diminish under his watch. Yeah, we'll still get the big tentpole Marvel stuff and whatever's going on with Taika Waititi's Star Wars. We'll get those, but other than that, I see a lot of it going to streaming, and I don't like that, especially, as we'll talk about later, the box office is healthy again. Healthier than it's been in a very long time. But Chapek will be like, well, you know, I like the revenue to come back to us because that means I get paid more and can rip more people off.
Yeah, I get worried. It is what it is. You know, he's going to do what he's going to do what he's going to do, and it's frustrating. And I'm just hoping that Star Wars and Marvel doesn't suffer because of it. Because, like, could you imagine? All right,
Kevin Feige works for David Zaslav at Warner Brothers Discovery.
Dude, just imagine if Kevin left and was like, and nobody at Marvel wanted to step up because of how Chapek treats people. Like, imagine, like, we spend another year building this Secret Wars, and then all of it's just gone.
Oh, and then Kevin Feige and Jon Favreau do a Superman movie for Warner Brothers Discovery, starring Henry Cavill. Just give Chapek the biggest finger. Just go, nope. But I am also worried about Chapek continuing to burn talent bridges because, you know, he's not a people person, and you have to meet your talent halfway. You've got to work with them. Like, they were able to patch up the Scarlett Johansson stuff enough that I think she's back for the Haunted Mansion movie that they're working on. But besides that, like, you can't be the guy that definitively puts the hammer down for everything. You've got to be willing to be a little bit flexible. I know that's not in your nature, Bob, because you clearly listen to us, but, like, you've got to be willing to listen.
Imagine if we're the only podcast he listens to.
We're the only podcast he listens to.